Hey everyone, welcome to our Vendoo workshop, What's New at Vendoo. In this workshop, we're going to talk all about the new Vendoo features. So many people joining, and you're from so many different places. That's awesome to see. All right, let me share my screen and we will get started. With that, I'd like to once again welcome everyone to our July Vendoo workshop, or August now, What's New at Vendoo. If you've joined us before, we often host all sorts of fun workshops and webinars to tell our users all about our product, the marketplaces, and really just tips and tricks to grow and scale your resale business. The goal for this webinar is to teach what's new at Vendoo. We have a ton of new features here, and we're going to go through all of them. We're going to start with two of our new mobile features that are on the Vendoo mobile app. Then we'll go through background remover by PhotoRoom. Then the big one, sale detection and automatic delist. And we'll end with a live Q&A. If you have questions during the presentation, we do ask that you put them in the Q&A box rather than the chat box. It pops up really great for our team, and our team is busy answering any and all questions that you may have. If you haven't joined us before, I'm Erin. I'm a product specialist here at Vendoo and also a reseller myself, and I could not be more excited to show you these new Vendoo tools and features. So let's get into it. All right, the first feature that I'm going to show are two of our new mobile features, and there's two of those. These are classic web features that we have now integrated to the mobile app, and they include listing templates and mobile analytics. If you're not familiar with listing templates allow you to create listing rubrics. And with these listing rubrics, you can list faster. You can create templates that have different information already filled out in the Vendoo form and all of the selections. So a great example of this is to create them by category. Perhaps you create one for each category of things you sell, so that every time you sell a pair of women's jeans, you've created a template. And I'm going to show you how to do that and how to use them. And we're actually going to start with a quick web intro of mobile templates so that you can see this feature. So our classic templates are found on web, and again, now they're on mobile. To access your template manager, which you can access from both, you can visit your account settings. And here you can see all of the templates that you have. And with that, let me show you how to now use those on the mobile app. Okay, and we are on the Vendoo mobile app here. And we're going to screen share. And here you can see the Vendoo mobile app. Once I open the mobile app, the new listing templates on mobile works beautifully just as it does on web. Here at the bottom of your screen where you see the new item icon, you can click on that. And at the very beginning of the Vendoo form, you see Start with a Template. And just like it appears on web, you'll see all of the templates that you've created eligible to use. So for example, if I'd like to use the jeans template I've created, it's that simple. I select it, and now you can see that it's been applied. And here's an example of how I use templates. All of my jeans, really all of my listings, have these bullet point rubrics, and these are my jeans measurements. That's the type of thing that you can put in these listing templates to save you time. You'll also see that I've pre-selected the category. So the category is already here. That saves you quite a few clicks in navigating through all of the subcategories. And if you're getting specific with categories, you might even include information like weight. Listing templates make listing infinitely faster because by the time you start the listing template, your listing is already a third complete. So this addition to the Vendoo mobile app will save you a ton of time, especially if you upload your pictures via the mobile app. Because as I just showed, and I will once more, your first step is new listing. Your second step is to apply your template. And from there, you can add your photos. I know a lot of our users start listings on the mobile app for the ease of photos, and then they continue perhaps to the computer where they might be able to type quicker. So this will make your process infinitely more efficient. And that is listing templates on the mobile app. Another huge thing that we're excited to share that is now on the mobile app is analytics. As you're probably aware, Vendoo has amazing analytics. We provide so much information, and here's what it looks like on the app. It's a lot like it looks like on the web. You'll see here I was able to filter by my age range, so I selected year to date, and thereafter you get the demonstration of graphs that you're familiar with. So the first showing you your revenue and profit. It's a really user-friendly adaptation here where we can scroll to see more information, so it's a great size to see. And then again, your summary of sold items, listed items, and average sale price. Moving down, you get your pie charts where the colors are the logos of the marketplace, where you can receive a profit and revenue breakdown. You'll notice that when I click on one, for example, I just clicked on profit on Poshmark, that very large burgundy section in the second app, I'm able to see the Poshmark profit for that period. We also give you average sale price. The logos of the marketplaces are very, very cool here. I love that feature. Your sales volume, and again, your top sellers. Just like these are hoverable and interactive on web, they are on mobile as well. So now, no matter where you go, you can take your business insights with you and allow yourself to be an even more metric-driven business and grow and scale your business. And those are our two new mobile features. I see some questions and comments coming in. Have we used mobile listing templates? Let me know in the chat. Yep, a lot of people love them. Can you edit templates? That's a great question. No, but you can create a new one at any time. I'm going to give everyone here a bonus tip too, because I think when I teach a lot of users this, it becomes an aha moment. If you're not yet using templates, this is not something that you have to go take 2 hours to establish today. You can create a template as you list. So let's say today you are listing a pair of jeans. What you'll want to do next time you're listing an item by category is start by putting in the information that goes in every listing for that type of item, right? So there's my bullets that I generally do. A lot of us have, measurement rubrics if you're listing fashion, or even some kind of promotional language, like smoke-free, pet-free, we ship fast, buy with us. This information in my description is what's going to go in every pair of jeans. While I'm here, and see how many clicks this will save. Clothing, women's clothing, jeans. That's 4 clicks per listing, and sometimes it's more. And my weight. Because I would enter this in just about every pair of jeans, this is a perfect template. And what I can do right now is create this as a new template and name it now. So you don't need to, fork out 2 hours of your time anytime soon to really scour your brain for everything and creating templates. You can start to create them as you go, because once you click save from that form, it's then available in the manager and it's then available to use in the future. So just a fast tip. That brings us to 2 of our other brand new features. But before we do, if you do have any questions about the mobile ones, I will take those now and we'll save the Q&A at the end for even more. I see a sales detection question, so I'm going to take that one after. And I see our team is busy answering everyone else's questions, so I've gotten quite a few. Is there a limit to the amount of templates that you can have? There often is a limit for developmental purposes, but it's often very, very high. So if there is, it's something so unbelievably high that I don't think it's something that you'll necessarily run into. Many users I know have many, many templates. Again, my best recommendation is to make them by category. It is true that when I start one of my listings, with all of that information, it's already a third complete. So the typing of dots that you just saw me do, that's actually not a Vendoo feature, that's a Mac feature, but I'm sure actually I'm positive there's also different programs depending on your type of computer. That's auto text And you can set that up in your settings. I actually recommend that as well for resellers. So you can create text commands. So for example, in my computer or any of my devices, if I enter the words EC, it's going to text replace that with the words excellent condition. And that's something that I definitely recommend you look into. Even when I'm on the apps responding to offers, I have language that I generally use that just requires coding, and another time-saving hack. Yep, Deanna clarified, and it's called text shortcut on other devices. And there's also keyboard shortcuts as well. All right, and let's move on to our next big feature. And we're really excited for this one. It's been around for a few weeks now, so I'm sure you've had a chance to explore the background remover by PhotoRoom. If you're unfamiliar with PhotoRoom, it is the best of the best when it comes to background removal. And we are very excited to have integrated this right into the Vendoo software to save you so much time. I'm going to demonstrate that with this fun listing for a funky retro sloth t-shirt. And as you can see, I took these photographs right here on the floor in my office. And using the background removal tool, which can be used on the mobile app and desktop, with just a few clicks, we're about to have plain white SEO optimized backgrounds. And this is how you do it. Note that it has to be done in the Vendoo form. So if I come down to the Poshmark form, I'm not going to see that background remover button, but I do see it here on the Vendoo form. From there, you'll click on remove background, and there you can select all, or you can select the few that you would like to remove the background on. So in this case, I'm going to pick these three. You will see that my background removal counter is here as well. Depending on your Vendoo subscription, you have a different amount of background removals per month available to you. On most subscriptions, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. That is, for every listing you have a background removal as well. This allows you to have flawless cover photos on every single listing. It should also be noted, however, that you don't have to use one per listing. So if I use 3 on this listing, that's totally fine, but it will, of course, affect my background remover counter. There are ways to get yourself more background removals per month, and we'll talk about that after. It's just important to know that this counter behaves in the same way that the listing counter does, and that it's very clear to you at each removal right before you confirm. And the magic happens with the pink button, and right before our eyes, we are getting SEO optimized photos. PhotoRoom is a phenomenal tool. They do an excellent job of background remover on photos without creating that stark white pixelated background that other background removals do. This photograph is perfect, and the integration of this tool allows you to easily have flawless cover photos. Of course, you can combine this tool with the other Vendoo features as well. What's really great is you can almost create your own recropping now, because if I wanted to make this smaller and I saved it, the white background would just fill in around the edges. You can, of course, also crop your images, rotate your images, and do basic adjustments to the brightness, contrast, and saturation. If you've changed your mind or you don't like the way that background, let me fix that one. Such a perfectionist. If you've changed your mind or you don't like the way background removal came out, you can undo all image edits with just the click of a button. Note that that will not decrease or revert your item counter to its prior balance because the background removal did occur, but you certainly can do that if you feel so inclined. And I'd love for you to look at the side by side on those two photos because it really is amazing. This is another tool that Vendoo's incorporated on both the web and mobile that will speed up the way you work and give you better listings faster. If you have any questions about background removal or how to use it, please pop those right in the Q&A. Someone asked about different colored backgrounds, and for right now, we're sticking with just the white. It's not to say that more aren't coming in the future, but it's a new photo, and a lot of Google studies, which, mind you, all of our listings on most marketplaces appear on Google. A lot of Google studies suggest that a lightly colored plain background is best for SEO. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but it's primarily that the AI in Google that scans images to yield images for information to be ranked in results does a better job when it's a lightly colored background and when there's a juxtaposition of the background and the item. So this item with a white background performs much better than it would with a bright red or bright purple background, even though those might be fun or funky. So the goal here is not just to save you time, but to help you have better listings that lead to more sales. And many studies suggest that the white background's the best way to do it. That's a really good question. Thank you. You're very welcome. Someone said they're already a PhotoRoom subscriber. Is there a way to integrate PhotoRoom into Vendoo? Like integrate your plans, I assume you mean. And the answer is no, not at this time. If you have PhotoRoom, like you have your own PhotoRoom subscription, it's kind of a separate entity. What we've done is partnered with PhotoRoom to deliver PhotoRoom in Vendoo, but it's very separate from any relationship that you might have as a customer for them. However, now that it's in Vendoo and you can have flawless cover photos, you might not choose to continue being a PhotoRoom subscriber. So we've also saved you money, which is also something that we love to do. Everyone's really good feedback in the chat about background remover. We love to see it. Game changer. I agree. I've actually been going through quite a few of my older listings to check out, you know, how much nicer that they can be. And I really love it. And I also really love what I showed you, which is something I'm not sure we even anticipated, is kind of the ability to almost create new photos. Because now that the background's white, it enables you to zoom in and zoom out to your preference to have perfectly centered, you know, I can even move it around, right? If I saved it like that, it's there. I mean, I know it's off center now, but assuming it looked like this to begin with, I could make a whole new perfectly centered brand new image. And it's been improving my listings. So that's another thing. How many photo rooms would you get for 125 listings plan? I'm almost positive that that would be 125 removals, especially in the tiers for lower amounts of items. In those cases, it's very much one-to-one. If you would like to purchase additional photo removals, there are two ways to do that. One is that you can purchase 20 additional listings in your account settings at any time. If that doesn't interest you, our customer success team is able to manually give you extra removals. You know, they do charge per bundles of removals, but that's something that we're handling on a situational basis right now. So you could request that via this pink help button in the bottom right corner of your screen, where you could chat with an agent and they'll be happy to provide those two on your account. Really good questions, everyone. Someone said they're a PhotoRoom subscriber, but Vendoo's feature is great. Yeah, I agree. It's just so much faster. I was previously running, I've always used PhotoRoom. I think it's a great product, but I was previously running them all through PhotoRoom and then uploading to Vendoo. So that's cut that process in less than half the time. And again, that's the point. We're always trying to create features that make your life easier and allow you to be more efficient, work faster, and really make more money, because that's always the goal, right? All right, and let's talk about the biggest of the Vendoo features. We are very, very excited about this one, and this is sale detection and auto delist. Now Vendoo will automatically detect your sales made on marketplaces and automatically delist them from other places when your items sell. This feature is in beta, so it's a brand new work in progress, but it's entirely going to change the way that you work. And if you've been with us for a while, it's going to replace the traditional mark as sold process by doing it automatically for you. So I'm going to talk about the feature, demonstrate the feature, answer some frequently asked questions, and then I'm going to open it up to the community if you have any questions about this feature. So let's start from the beginning. To turn on sale detection, you're going to do so on your Marketplace Connections screen. So you'll first go to your settings, then you'll toggle to Marketplace Connections. And here you can see the sale detection toggle that's on both eBay and Poshmark. This feature again is in beta, so we're rolling it out by Marketplace slowly. We've started with eBay and Poshmark, which is most of our users' primary marketplaces. So when you select this toggle, when you toggle it on, what you're doing is enabling Vendoo to detect sales made on that marketplace. So turning this on means, yes, Vendoo, detect my eBay sales, and when I make a sale, automatically delist the item from everywhere else. And the same is of Poshmark. It's an optional feature, although it's an amazing one. If you don't wish to have sales auto detected, you certainly could toggle it off and you can have it on for one and not another. But that is your first step. You do have to turn on this feature for it to work. And that's pretty much the only step on your end. I actually made a sale about an hour ago, and I know I made a sale because I see this blue little notification dot on my sold tab. When I click it, I see the item that I sold on my sale detection dashboard. So there's a lot going on this screen, and let's talk about it. This blue area is the sale detection dashboard. It appears above all of my sold items, and it appears here because it is awaiting action. Generally, it does not say delist all, but in full transparency, with some recent Mercari changes, we are encountering a brief issue where we cannot auto delist from Mercari at this time. It should be resolved very soon. However, this item was also listed on 6 other marketplaces, and it did delist everywhere else. So what happened is I sold this item on Poshmark, and because sale detection is on, Vendoo automatically detected the sale. It then delisted it from 6 of 7 marketplaces because it attempted but failed at Mercari, and it's going to appear in this sale detection dashboard until 2 things happen. In this case, because a delist failed, I'm going to manually delist it from Mercari, but don't worry, I won't forget to do that. It warned me. In a perfect world, that delist red error message would not have been there. In a perfect world, your sales appear just like this, and hopefully more than just one. Here you'll see there is a warning message, however, because it's asking me to add my sale details. That brings us to a frequently asked question. Well, if Vendoo's detecting my sale, is it going to detect how much it sold for? And the answer is not just yet. Right now, we are detecting the fact that you made a sale, but you will be responsible for adding your sale details, which we certainly encourage you to do for updated analytics, inventory management, and spreadsheet. But the beauty is that you don't have to rush to delist to make sure you do so. These items will sit in your sale detection dashboard until you add your sales details, or if you don't want to, until you clear the detected sales. So right now, we're going to click on Add Sale Details, and it brings us right to the Mark as Sold form. And here I actually only sold it for 30. I'm going to enter my shipping information just like when we mark as sold. And once I click Save Sale Details, you'll see it's now cleared from my sale detection dashboard. I am up to date. So generally, once you have this on, you will accumulate some sales and you can quickly click on them to add sale details, but by which point they've already been automatically delisted from all of the other marketplaces to prevent double selling. I see a ton of questions, but I'm actually going to answer some really frequently asked ones before we even start, because I think I can read your mind with a few of those questions. So the first is, where do I enter sale details? And again, there will always be that add sale details button. So you can always make sure that your sale details are accurate. That's super important to our users who, again, want accurate spreadsheets, bookkeeping, inventory, and of course, analytics. The next is a big one. Does my computer have to be turned on for Vendoo to detect sales and automatically delist? And the answer is yes. Your computer needs to be on, and Vendoo needs to be open. And of course, Vendoo needs to be connected via the marketplace connection screen to eBay and Poshmark. It doesn't mean eBay and Poshmark need to be open. I only have one tab open right now because Vendoo does work in just one user-friendly tab, but I am connected to Poshmark and eBay. What if you don't want to keep your computer on for Vendoo to detect sales? Well, alternatively, what will happen is when you do turn it back on, it is at that time that Vendoo will scan the marketplaces to detect sales. Another frequently asked question that we hear is how instantaneous is Vendoo's sale detection of items? And the answer is within 10 minutes. Actually, eBay is fairly instantaneous. You'll get that blue dot in your sale detection in your sold tab at about the same time you'll get your chiming noise from eBay, because we detect that instantly. The connection we have to Poshmark's a little bit different, and how we've resolved that is essentially scanning Poshmark every 10 minutes. So if I make a sale right now, then the longest it could take would be 10 minutes. But we are scanning every 10 minutes regardless, so it's often not even that long. As we continue to add marketplaces, that will remain true. Within 10 minutes, we will be able to detect sales. If you have sale detection on, I do recommend waiting those 10 minutes, because if it's on, we are detecting the sales. And if I quickly made a sale and came into market as sold, Vendoo would still detect it as if it were a new sale, and I'd have to clear that from my detection dashboard. Of course, everyone wants to know, how does this work on the app? Is sale detection on the app? And the answer is yes. Sale detection and auto delist is available on the app, but essentially what it's doing is it's looking at your computer account and kind of mirroring it. So if you don't have your computer on, Vendoo open, and connected to eBay and or Poshmark, then your app will not display sale detection. The app isn't independently doing scanning. The app is kind of just showing you what your account looks like in the desktop version. So for all intents and purposes, it's entirely available on the mobile app, but you do always have to remember to use this feature. The computer needs to be on and connected. I am going to send you our Help Center article. Actually, if someone from Team Vendoo could put that in the chat. I'm actually kind of going down the list of questions that we already have answered. So if you'd ever like to reference the article we have about this, that you're welcome to do so. Another frequently asked question we get is about eBay. When does Vendoo detect an eBay sale? Because if you're an eBay seller, you know how fabulous it is that eBay allows buyers to buy things without buying them. What do I mean? I mean, you can sell an item on eBay to a buyer that has not yet paid. They actually have up to 4 days to pay, which we could have another workshop about entirely. But what's important to know is that for sale detection and auto delist purposes, an eBay sale occurs at the time that the sale occurs, regardless of if payment is complete. So if I sell an item on eBay, even though the buyer has 4 days to pay, Vendoo will detect that sale and automatically delist it everywhere else, which is what unfortunately we want to happen, because that eBay buyer is entitled to wait 4 days to pay, because that is how eBay works. Another question that we get is, can you turn off sale detection by marketplace? And this is a tricky question because it could be asking two things. The first question is, can you turn off sales from being detected? And yes, again, as a reminder, sale detection can be turned on and off in the marketplace connection screen. If I turn it off for eBay, Vendoo will not detect sales made on eBay. However, if it's on for Poshmark and an item sells on Poshmark, Vendoo will detect the sale and it will automatically delist it from eBay. So the second is what you can't control, the delisting from. So the detecting from, you can control, but the delisting from is an automatic process. And it's an automatic process designed, of course, to make your life even easier. So this feature replaces the traditional marked as sold process. Over the years, it has been one of the most highly requested features, and we're super excited to bring it to you. It is in beta. If you were to have any additional, feedback or requests, our team loves to hear them. Never hesitate to give those to us, especially via this help button. That's how we work to make this feature even better. Of course, in time, we will roll out more marketplaces. So thank you for your patience during that time, and let us know in the chat if you've used this and what you think of it. I see Deanna put the feedback and feature request form. Thank you so much. A lot of people mad at eBay for not requiring buyers to pay. So am I. If you are not familiar with eBay, you can turn on that auto pay is required, but not if you accept offers. So there actually is no technical way to require auto payment. And it is often that we have made a sale, but have not made money yet. Someone said this is the biggest development yet, and they shout out to Team Vendoo. It is a huge one. I'm very impressed and excited about it, and it's been really cool to watch the team figure this out. I don't think it was an easy feat. Someone said they love sale detection. It saves time. They can add sale details at their convenience. That's a really huge one too. Because figuring out sale details sometimes on all the platforms where they vary by shipping and payment method and account type, that's often something I would struggle to have time to do in the middle of the day when I did want to rush to mark something as sold. So this really is a game changer, especially for that reason. All right, and if you have any more questions about anything that we've covered, please pop those right in the Q&A. We'll take questions for these last 15 minutes here. I do want to welcome anyone that has not tried Vendoo to certainly do so. I think it's primarily users here. You might be aware that every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, we host a live tutorial call where we go over these features and our very long list of features. Here at Vendoo, we are always trying to create tools to make your life easier, more efficient, and help you make more sales. Again, we are always open to features and suggestions, and stay tuned because we always have different workshops and webinars where we talk about all these features as well. All right, let me catch in with the Q&A here. Lots of love for Vendoo. Shout out to anyone from Team Vendoo who might be here for all of your hard work. Someone's saying you don't have a choice in your settings for sale detection and auto delist. If you have a Vendoo subscription, it should be there under Poshmark and under Mercari, a toggle switch. People are requesting a lot of things. I love hearing your requests. Keep them coming. We definitely do. But Deanna put a request and feedback form in the chat. And if you have a request for a marketplace or a feature, it's actually super important that you fill out that form. All of the entries on that form are all organized and categorized by the team, and it counts as an official vote. So if you're requesting a marketplace or a feature like listing videos and you request that, it goes into a log that appears with a number. And when it's time to implement a new feature, that number really matters. We release features and marketplaces primarily due to how heavily requested they are. So if you have feedback and you have requests, definitely use that form. It matters. Jenny said she sent a request this week and a customer service representative wrote back immediately for clarification. She truly felt seen and it was amazing. We love hearing that. If you've ever had the pleasure of speaking with Vendoo customer service, you know we have a really devoted, loyal, and passionate team, so never hesitate. Our Facebook group is also a great place, not necessarily for customer service inquiries because it's run by a few of us that are in marketing, but it's a great place to talk about new things, to talk about reselling. We do product updates with new features each week, and it's a large, I think it's 5,000 Vendoo members that are resellers on multiple marketplaces. So Team Vendoo, can we get a link to the Vendoo Facebook group in the chat as well, please? How does sale detection work with bundle sales? That's an excellent question. And in full transparency, right now, it is not entirely figured out, but we're in beta, and beta means a work in progress. So right now what's happening is if you sell a bundle on Poshmark, Vendoo is only detecting the first item of the bundle, which means you will do the traditional mark as sold process for the others. That is, however, prioritized, and it's my understanding that it should be resolved within the next few weeks. And that's something that it's one of the little things that we're going to have resolved as we continue to develop in beta. Great question. Another one, how does sale detection work with multi-quantity items? Excellent question. So with multi-quantity items, Vendoo will automatically detect the sale. So you'll see it in your sale detection dashboard, but Vendoo will not handle any delisting, which is good because, as you know, the multi-quantity mark as sold process requires a little bit of organization on your part. So for your own organization, we leave it to you. So right now, if you make a sale on a multi-quantity item, if it's on eBay or Poshmark, that will appear in the sale detection dashboard above your sold tab. And it will appear with the red warning to warn you that it has not been delisted. From there, you'll do kind of the traditional multi-quantity mark as sold process. So great question. And we let you handle part of it, but of course we tell you that it happened and give you the step-by-step along the way. A bit outside of the topic. These are more requests someone asked for OfferUp and Craigslist. Again, Deanna shared that that request form. We do get a lot of requests for marketplaces. I've heard both OfferUp and Craigslist before. We hear whatnot a lot. There are a lot of requests, but you want your vote to count, and that's for marketplaces or features, because your vote, the number of requests, is one of the most influential factors. And to make sure you get that vote and your number, is included in the number next to it on the charts, definitely use that form that Deanna provided in the chat. And she just put it there again. Thanks so much. Annette said and hi Annette, by the way, nice to see you. Someone said she just used background remover for a pair of shoes and it works perfectly. It does work amazingly. And I'm gonna take a few more here. We have, we got that one. All right, well, thank you everyone so much for coming. I hope that you enjoy these new features. We do have relevant sections in our help center about each and every one of them with tutorial, video, and written article content. So no matter how you like to learn, we have resources and we have a dedicated customer success team available to you at any time. If you're not following us on Instagram or in our Facebook group, definitely find us there. We're always hosting workshops like this and webinars about all sorts of reselling and e-commerce topics, and we have so many fun things going on. So with that, thank you to Team Vendoo. Congratulations to our development team for these amazing features. Thank you so much to our users for joining and for all of your feedback that helps us to deliver a product that you use and love. And happy selling. Bye, reseller friends.